Chapter 11. The battle that made Alexander unstoppable. In May 334 BC, Alexander advanced towards the river Granicus with his army in perfect formation, phalanx at the center, cavalry on the wings, and baggage at the rear, facing the Persian forces arrayed on the far bank in the first major test of his Asian campaign. As they neared the river, scouts galloped toward Alexander. Hegelicus had seen the truth. The Persians were already arrayed for battle on the opposite bank, waiting silently. Parmenio, the cautious veteran, urged delay. "Let us camp for the night," he argued. "At dawn, the Persians will fall back and we can cross safely. The banks are steep, the current strong. If we enter now, we risk being struck while climbing the far shore."
But Alexander refused. "Shall this little brook stop us?" he said, when the Hellespont did not. His pride and the morale of the army demanded action now. He would not let Persia believe they were equals in courage.
Alexander took the right wing. Parmenio held the left. Philotas led the companion cavalry, with Amyntas, the Paeonians, Agrianans, and archers beside him. The phalanx stretched out behind, Canis, Craterus, and the great bronze blocks of infantry. Across the river, 20,000 Persian cavalry glimmered on the high bank. They waited quietly, ready to strike the moment the Macedonians entered the water. For a long moment, both armies watched one another across the water. The world went silent. Every man felt the weight of history pressing down upon the riverbank. Then Alexander gave the signal. Trumpets blared to Aeneas, the god of war. Amyntas and the skirmish cavalry plunged first into the river, angled against the current so the Persians could not strike their flank. At the very tip of the charge rode Ptolemy, commanding Socrates' elite squadron. Their spears lowered, they smashed through the current, water exploding under their hooves. And then Alexander himself entered the river, leading the right wing. The king was not merely joining the battle, he was the tip of the spear. As the Macedonians emerged from the river in staggered ranks, the Persians prepared to strike downward from the steep bank. The first clash of the campaign was seconds away, steel against water, courage against gravity. This was the instant Alexander wanted, the test that would shake the empire of Persia. History held its breath as river water dripped from shields and hooves. The Battle of the Granicus had begun.